Hello, everyone. This is Luba Evans coming to you from New York City. Today, I will share with you 12 powerful ways to deal with toxic and narcissistic people. So when you know those ways, you don't have to be playing into their games. And I want to give you a quote: ships do not sink because of water around them. Ships sink because of the water that gets in them. So don't let that what's happening around you get inside you and weigh you down. Another quote is, I will not let anyone walk through my mind with their dirty feet. So that's what I want for you. I want for your mind to become like a peaceful, beautiful lake. And I want for your body to be happy. And I want for your soul to rejoice. That's what you're going to get once you learn the 12 powerful ways how to deal with toxic people in your life. When you don't know how to deal with them, you will continue leaking energy. You will continue feeling drained, unhappy, full of self-doubt, full of resentment, possibly hopelessness, fear. So listen up. This is very important, what I'm about to share with you. My name is Luba Evans. I'm a coach, love coach, transformational coach, and tantra teacher to hundreds of people. Thousands of people are studying my materials. I'm responsible for hundreds of empowered, inspired relationships. And I'm also a founder of Ecstatic Dating Movement and Magnetic Woman movement as well. Ecstatic dating is about people gathering in actual physical spaces, and that's for people who are conscious, like you, who is here on the channel, working on yourself, getting education, getting empowered. Those are for people who want the best, truthful, authentic, inspired relationships, and we provide spaces for that. We are doing a tour now on the East Coast, Boston, New York, Philadelphia, and also going to LA, just the beginning. So I'm a mother to many, many angels. And if you like anything about what I'm saying, my energy, or the content of the channel, please put a like, subscribe to the channel, and also forward it to people who are feeling depleted, lonely, or scared. So pay it forward. Let the light prevail. Let love win in the world. All right, so let's jump right into it. The first thing to do when you're dealing with a toxic person is to be in touch with your own self. Get in touch with your own self. Remember yourself. Remember who you are. Because a toxic person is like a hypnotist. A toxic person is sucking you into their negative vortex. Let's say they're complaining always about something that they are not even about to start fixing. Or let's say they're demanding a lot from you, or they're criticizing you, or they're finding faults with you, or they're giving you double-edged compliments. Like, for example, something like, oh, that dress is making you look pretty slim. Yeah, or some other double-edged compliment like, I didn't think you would get that job, or something like that. That's a very toxic behavior. And of course, there are many other toxic behaviors that I talk about in my previous videos, so please check them out. So what to do to be in touch with yourself? Write things out, because toxic people also have a lot of incongruency and gaslighting, which is possibly going to make you feel deranged and crazy and feel that the earth is shaking under your feet. So writing things down in a diary, and you can use Evernote, my favorite, or you can actually write it by hand. If you're familiar, there is this amazing practice called the morning pages, when you just wake up and you write the stream of your consciousness, just reconnecting to yourself and documenting what is happening. Number two, naming what you're feeling. Naming those emotions, knowing what you're feeling, very important, because if you don't know what you're feeling, you cannot set boundaries and you cannot express your needs, and you're going to turn into a pumpkin. And you need to stop the toxic feeding. You need to stop the vampirism before you get sick, before you get overwhelmed, before something terrible happens to you. So you need to know, oh, I'm feeling exhausted right now. I'm feeling angry right now. I'm feeling irritated. I'm depleted right now. It's time for me to take care of myself. So naming your emotions, like inside of your own self, is going to help you get out of that hypnotic grip that toxic people put on you. All right, number 3, sometimes just telling the truth. So here you are with a toxic person and they behave in a way that you feel their anger and you feel their irritation. You can name it and you can say something like, it seems like it looks like you're trying to make me feel small, or it looks like you're trying to diminish me right now, or it looks like you are angry right now. I'm just experiencing this kind of emotion. I'm experiencing this feeling that there is some kind of anger present here. So telling the truth sometimes is a very powerful weapon, because they think that nobody is going to say that the king is naked, and they think that it's just going to go like it usually goes for them with other people. But you can also say, oh, it looks like you are expressing a lot of negativity right now. Oh, it looks like you're really enjoying gossiping about those other people, for example. All right, number 4, pattern interrupt. So for example, if the person who is toxic is really deranged, maybe a borderline, or maybe somebody who is a real narcissist. So what you can do is you can cut them abruptly and distract them. For example, if you're stuck in a situation in a car with someone who is a member of your family or somebody very close to you, you can, for example, instead of playing into their diversion where they are manipulating you into some kind of conflict or scandal or something unpleasant, you can just start doing something on your own. You can start singing, or you can turn on the music, and that is going to just make them stop on their feet. Okay, so pattern interrupt is something very, very powerful. Number 5, get stuff documented. So for example, you can take a video of them when they're screaming at you. You can record, you can take it out, you can make it public when they are telling you something horrible, or when they are diminishing you. You can take out your recorder and just say, all right, I'm going to record this, and just watch what's going to happen. They're not going to like it. Because that will not allow them to gaslight you later, right? So recording things and them knowing that they have to be accountable because things are recorded, that's very powerful. Number 6, neutralize this subtext. So for example, let's say there is nothing you can do and you feel a lot of anger coming your way, a lot of negative energy. Just imagine that this anger is like some kind of a fire that is just going through you, and abstract yourself from what is actually being said. Just like deafen yourself to the actual context or to the subtext, and instead just perceive it as pure energy. Oh, here it is, this fire that wants to burn me. Let me see if I can feel warm from that fire. So sometimes I also use this technique when I hear some sound that's really unpleasant, let's say construction going on, and I cannot get away. So the options are to kind of start resisting the sound, and then most likely I would develop a headache. But if I just imagine that, okay, this is a kind of a drill that is going through my body, and this drill is gonna make me feel kind of more loose, and oh, it's like a massage through my body. Yeah, maybe it will work. For example, I don't know if you ever got a wax, like your hair waxed. So one time I was getting my legs wax on my legs, and it felt very painful. And so I started imagining, that actually the hair really wants to get off my legs, that it is so happy that this is happening, and it made me feel so much better. So just take things out of the context and take them as raw energies. Okay, I don't know if it's very clear, but I hope so. Number 7, take your expectations away. So when you come to see them, expect to get no validation. They're not going to hear you. And when you are weak and when you're vulnerable, try not to see them. Try to avoid that. Do not come to them when you are yourself upset, or you need validation, or you need to receive something. Like when you need help, reach out to sources of light. That source of light can be your friends, it can be your coach, for example, it can be our team. So reach out to people who are going to be there to support you. Do not reach out to toxic people. They're only going to use your weakness against you. accept that this is how they are and you're not getting anything from them. You're not going to get anything from them. That is sometimes truth that is hard to digest, but once you do, and once you say, I accept, acceptance is a very important step in your empowerment and healing. Number 8, this is a great technique that I used many times when you have to go and confront and be in the presence of a toxic person who is, let's say, narcissistic or borderline, or somebody who is going to drive you crazy and who is very negative and who has some kind of dark entity behind them. Imagine that you are going to a horror show and you're buying a ticket, and you can even have a name for that horror show. Like, for example, The Ghost Strikes Twice, or whatever it is. Like, you got a ticket, you came here, and you're watching the drama. And that will allow you not to take them so seriously. That will allow you to abstract yourself from them. Okay, number 9. Sometimes you have to release your emotions. So for example, after you communicate with a person like this, you can go and scream into your pillow, or scream in the woods, or beat your pillow. Release negative emotions. Release, release, release. So many toxic people release their negative emotions, and many of them actually are pretty healthy because of that. And people who absorb those, empathic people, givers, overgivers, especially when they are either very thin and fragile or overweight, and their water absorbs negativity, that is very bad for your health. So just make sure that you're going to be always releasing those emotions. And I'm here to tell you that number 10 is movement is amazing. When you are moving your body, you're dancing, you are in a gym, you are out of the mind, in the body, in the present moment. So grounding into the present moment is very, very healing. Another technique is number 11, which is when you're in the presence of a toxic person who is trying to suck you into their toxic vortex, to run the energy through your body, imagining that the energy is going from your head to the feet and back. And that way you will not be leaking energy, even going like this, and just feeling your own self, feeling your own body, and asking yourself, okay, who am I? Who am I? I'm this. Who am I? I'm this. Will help you stay centered in your own healthy, centered, beautiful self. Number 12 is the last one, and it goes like this. Plan an escape, run for the hills, go no contact, get a life. Sometimes you just need to do that. And in the next video, I'm going to share with you specific phrases that you can say to separate yourself from a toxic person in a dialogue, in a conversation. Meanwhile, if you found these tips helpful and you want to get support and learn exactly how to practice and develop a muscle, a resilience towards toxicity, and increase your personal power and magnetism, so that you could step into the more empowered, magnetic, charismatic, lovable version of your own self, click on the link below and set an appointment with us. We're going to give you a consultation only if you are serious about moving forward, if you are a kind of a person who is very committed to your own success and happiness, and bringing in and cultivating, developing empowered, inspired relationships in your life, especially if you want to attract a new partner. We're here for you. We have helped hundreds of people. Hundreds of people went through our programs. Me and my team of coaches is absolutely brilliant and is here to fight for you and your happiness. I am sending you a lot of love. This was Luba Evans.